Hello, my name is Wendy, and welcome to the Department of Education at Aspen University. Today, I will be doing my presentation on language development in early childhood. The objective: language development in early childhood, auditory development, key milestone in auditory development, articulatory development, key milestone articulatory development, the first word, key milestone first word, grammar development, key milestone grammar development, conclusion, and then reference. Language development in early childhood consists of auditory development, articulatory development, the first word, grammar development. Language acquisition plays a vital role in cognitive development during the early stage of life, and it is characterized by numerous significant milestones. From a young age, children are introduced to various sounds and begin developing their understanding of phonological awareness, which involve recognizing and producing the different sounds used in language. During the first year, infants typically begin gurgling and babbling, eventually progressing to the point where they can grasp basic words and phrases by the time they reach their second year. This phase is crucial for developing vocabulary and grammar skills as young individuals begin to comprehend and utilize language to articulate their thoughts and ambitions. In the study of Hope 2014, he highlighted the significant impact of child's natural physiological tendency and linguistic environment on the language acquisition process. Through effective communication, reading, and discussion, parent and caregiver have a significant impact on developing a child's vocabulary and understanding of language patterns. In addition, the acquisition of language in early life is heavily influenced by social interaction. The social culture theory proposed by Vygotsky emphasized the importance of social interaction in cognitive development, particularly in relation to language acquisition. He suggests that adults and parents play a crucial role in supporting children's language development through meaningful interaction, providing them with the necessary scaffolding. Typically, caregivers frequently utilize child direct speech to actively involve young children, a method that has been proven to enhance language. In addition, the significance of the development of language cannot be overstated. It provides young individuals with the opportunity to explore and experiment the language, expand their vocabulary, and grasp the social convention of communication and storytelling. It is essential to create a supportive and engaging environment to enhance the development of language skills during early childhood. Auditory development. Understanding auditory perception is crucial for developing language skills as it involves the ability to interpret and make sense of sound. Auditory development refers to the ongoing progressive maturity of the auditory system, including the ability to perceive, analyze, and interpret sound. The acquisition of language skill is crucially dependent on this process since it lays the groundwork for developing linguistic talent. Development of the auditory system begins during pregnancy. It continues throughout infancy and early childhood, allowing children to distinguish between different sounds and tones. A crucial ability for learning spoken language using auditory perception and sound processing toddlers can develop the rhythm and symmetry of speech together with phonemes, which are the smallest linguistic unit. Kids with underdeveloped auditory system may struggle to learn a language, which can negatively affect their academic performance, social interaction, and communication ability. Key milestone in auditory development. Infants can recognize their mother's voice and are sensitive to loud sound. Infants begin cooing and gurgling 2 to 3 months, demonstrating their hearing and tone perception. Auditory development is defined by a sequence of important milestones that demonstrate a child's increased capacity to perceive and react to sounds. A crucial ability for language acquisition infant auditory awareness is established by the infant reaction to loud sound and their ability to recognize their mother's voice. The production of gargling sounds and cooing by infants around 2 to 3 months of age indicate an early comprehension of tune and sound. Children start recognizing specific sound and responding to their names at around 6 months of age, a crucial milestone in the acquisition of spoken language. Early auditory experiences are crucial since they lay the groundwork for the development of later language skills, including phonological awareness and vocabulary. Experimental studies have demonstrated a strong correlation between the ability to remember words and sound and the early development of auditory skills. This in turn has a significant impact on a child's future academic achievement and reading skills. Articulatory development. Articulatory development process refers to the physiological ability to generate speech sounds by employing the lips, tongue, vocal cord, and palate, all of which are crucial for producing understandable and coherent speech. Infants go through a series of key milestones in early life that act as sign of their development. Articulatory ability, according to Sanders, 1983, newborns communicate mostly through cooing and wailing between the age of 0 and 3 months, laying the groundwork for later speech development. Infants typically start babbling, generating repetitive sounds like baba or dada between the age of 4 and 6 months. This behavior showcases the skillful coordination between their vocal cord and articulatory muscle. This babbling phase is important because it represents the infant development ability to use their oral structure and produce basic speaking sound. Key milestone of articulate development. At 7 to 12 months, babies' speech intelligibility and communication efficiency improve as they begin to copy sounds and practice varied intonation. This phase of articulatory development is important as it significantly improves the child's capacity to generate speech sounds that are identifiable to others. The developmental completion of a child is strongly linked to their proficiency in expressing themselves, as it directly impacts the level of understanding others have of them. Therefore, strong articulatory skills are beneficial for development of language and social relationship, since youngsters show greater proficiency in expressing their thought, feeling, and want clearly, because they can express their idea, feeling, and desire more clearly. Children with strong articulatory ability benefit from improving language development as well as improved social relationship. Okay, the first word. It reflects to the development of the first recognized vocabulary. It is a significant milestone in the development of language capability. Typically, the first recognizable word emerged at about 12 months of age, marking a crucial milestone in language development. Within this age group, many children start to express their initial word, usually a basic and widely recognized noun like mama or dada. The significance of this early vocabulary lies in its representation of the child's progression from acquiring linguistic knowledge to develop the capacity to express themselves verbally. Between the age of 12 and 18 months, children's vocabulary rapidly diversifies, acquiring a wide range of nouns, verbs, and basic adjectives, and enhance their capacity to speak proficiently. From the age of 18 to 24 months, children start to emerge words to create basic sentences such as more milk, which initiate synthetic development, and improve their ability to express complex concepts. Key milestone first word. At around 12 months old, most children can correctly say their first word. At 12 to 18 months, language skills are rapidly developed. At 18 to 24 months of language development, young children start to combine words to create simple phrases. For example, they might say more water to express their desire for additional water. The importance of these initial words cannot be demonstrated enough, as they establish the foundation for future cognitive development and the learning of language. A young child's development of language skill is a clear indication of their increasing awareness of the world around them and their growing ability to use words effectively to express their desire and requirement. The transition from understanding language to using language is a critical milestone in cognitive development, demonstrating a greater understanding of the world and the development of more advanced communication ability. The early acquisition of a child's first word is a significant milestone in their development, as it influences their capacity to grasp more complex language structure and participate in social interaction. Okay, we'll move on to grammar development. Grammar development is based on understanding and utilizing language rules to form sentences is an important aspect of language development. Understanding and applying linguistic principles is an important part of developing grammar skill during early childhood. Usually, this pattern of growth follows a consistent sequence of important milestones that shows a child growing comprehension of language structure. At around 18 to 24 months old, children typically start using two-word sentences known as telegraphic speech. These sentences consist of a subject and a verb, like the phrase, want a cookie. At around 2 to 3 years old, children experience a significant growth in their vocabulary. This allowed them to form more complex sentences and understand basic grammar rules. As children reach the age of 3 to 4, their their grammatical ability naturally expands to include plurals, pronouns, and basic grammar principles. In addition, individuals at this stage began to ask questions and use negative sentences, demonstrating a deeper understanding of language mechanics. Key milestone grammar development. Between the age of 18 to 24 months, children began to use telegraphic speech. This type of speech involves using two words. For example, a child might say, I want an apple. Between 2 and 3 years old, there are instances of using longer, more complex. For example, I want the big truck. And a 3 and 4-year-old learning basic grammar rule apply plural forms and crafting negative queries and statements. Developing a strong grasp of grammar is essential for enhancing communication skill in the early stage of early childhood. Empowering young individuals to articulate their thoughts, desire, and emotion more effectively fosters their cognitive and social growth. Having a strong grasp of grammar is crucial for effective communication with people of all ages, which is essential for building relationships and engaging in social events. Moreover, having a strong grasp of grammar is essential for developing literacy skills. Understanding sentence organizing and structure is key to effectively communication in writing and comprehending written material. Therefore, it is important to support the growth of grammar skills during the early stage of infancy to enhance children's language and communication ability. In conclusion, language development plays an important part in child development as it directly influences how children interact with their surroundings. To successfully facilitate children's progress in auditory development, articulatory development, the emergence of first word, and grammatical development, educator or teacher and caregiver caregivers must have a deep understanding of the complexities involved in each of these areas. Every step plays a role in building a strong base for successful communication and cognitive development. By focusing on these aspects, not only does early language acquisition improve, but it also promotes social-emotional development and sets the stage for future academic success. Thank you, and this is the end of my presentation.